Good evening, it's Brian at Fitzpatrick's Garage, Dublin Road, Kildare. I want to show you this 2014 Hyundai i30 1.6 diesel active. Brian's my name. If there's any information you'd like in this particular car, please do give me a call, 086 843 1945, or if you come to the garage here, just ask for Brian. The garage is located at Kildare town. This means we're about 30 minutes south of Dublin, between junctions 12 and 13 off the M7 motorway. The garage is a family-run business in operation for almost 70 years. So back to the car. This, as we were saying, 2014 1.6 diesel active i30. Let's have a look at the spec. On the outside of the car, the active model comes with colour-coded door handles and wing mirrors, 15-inch alloy wheels, front fog lights which also contain an LED daytime running light, a nice chrome grille which is unique to the active model, and also double optic headlights, which means basically there's a full light and a dip light, and also a cornering lamp as well. So the lights are really excellent at night. On the rear of the i30 in the active, it also has parking sensors for when we reverse. So when we select reverse gear and we move back towards an object, like this car behind me, we can hear the audible sound. Get a visual aid in through here to tell us that there's an obstruction behind us. And when the noise goes constant, we're left with about half a foot to spare for safety. This i30 also comes with a temporary spare wheel, which is actually becoming something rare in this segment of car. The boot is quite cavernous, and the rear seats come with this useful folding function if you have anything awkward that needs to be loaded in through the rear of the car. The boot lid also comes with a useful handle on both sides, so be it if you're left or right-handed, you can use this handle to close down the boot, as every driver is a different height. Rear electric windows, as well as child locks in the rear door, are standard, and the rear seating incorporates ISOFIX, so we can have child seats on either side, 3 3-point safety belts, 3 head restraints up high, as well as side impact protection airbags to protect the heads of rear occupants in the event of an accident. The front driver's door card in this car contains front and rear electric controls, electrics for mirrors, and this little panel down to the right hand side allows us to switch on and off for parking sensors. We can turn on or off the auto stop start function, which I'll explain in a sec. We've got controls for the brightness of the dash and height of the lights depending how much of a load we have on board. So the auto stop start function, basically if we pull up to a traffic light, at times it's unnecessary to have the engine stay running. So if we pull up, we go for neutral, we take our foot off the clutch, the engine revolutions may stop. The second we put our foot in the clutch again, as we hear there, the engine starts straight back up. So very useful, lower CO2, reduces fuel consumption. This diesel active model will have 6 forward gears and it has 115 horsepower from this 1.6 diesel engine. These cars are €180 for annual road tax, and normal people without trying get fuel efficiency figures in the region of 55 or so miles per gallon, which is about 5 litres per 100 kilometres or a little less. Also standard on this active model is air conditioning. All our controls through here allow different airflows, front and rear windscreen demisters, and central locking in here with traction control. Keeping with the safety theme, traction control basically means that if the rear end of the car gets out of shape on a wet roundabout, braking pressure is moved around to keep the car in a straight line. Also, if we pull out of a junction and it's wet, it will basically stop the front wheels from spinning to allow us to maintain traction and get across the junction. Radio CD is located up high just over the heating controls, and as we can see, the dash has a nice brushed aluminium effect. The steering wheel is comprehensively equipped. On the right hand side we have cruise control here with a speed limiter. Down below we have this function here which basically controls our steering mode. There are 3 steering modes. Comfort basically means we have a very light steering feedback, which is very useful for parking. Our second mode is normal. So that's going to be similar to most cars that you're going to sit in and drive. And then the third one is sport. So it's much stiffer, we get more feedback, and more enthusiastic drivers will feel that's suitable for them. Other functions on the steering wheel include a trip computer to tell us things like average speed, fuel consumption, and various other types of information, as well as next service due. We've also got voice activations for mobile phone and radio. So for example,
please say a command.
FM 91.8.
FM 91.8.
So we can tell the radio what station we want, or if we want to use USB, FM, long wave, etc. And plus then after that we can tell if we want to call, for example, call John, once the phone has been connected via Bluetooth. Up through here, controls for radio and CD player and USB, all through there. Again, staying with safety, the side of the two front seats will have airbags for side impact protection. The driver and the passenger have front impact airbags. All the doors down the side of the car will have side impact protection beams, and the car will also have a comprehensive anti-lock brake system, which basically means under heavy braking we can still have full steering control. This particular example is a 2014 and it's covered just about 27 or so thousand miles. It's a one-owner car with a full service history. Condition is very nice on the car. The bumper, bonnet and all the lamps at the front are in excellent condition throughout. The passenger wing, passenger door as well as rear door and onto the quarter panel as well as the alloy wheels are in very nice condition. The bumper and boot lid on the rear are also in very nice condition too. And the same can be said for the rear right hand side quarter panel, rear right hand side door, driver's door, as well as the front wing, as well as the driver's side alloy wheels. The boot is in very nice condition, as are the rear seats, door cards, as well as the rear of the front seats, and the door cards on the front, as well as the two front seats, including the floors, steering wheel, gear knob and dashboard are all in very nice condition throughout. We sell lots of these i30s. The reason is they're easy to run, the road tax is low at 180 euros. The fuel consumption at around 5 or so litres per 100 kilometres is very, very reasonable. They look really good and they've also got long warranties. This particular car actually boasts a warranty until 2019. I will supply the car fully serviced. We can also provide trade-ins and excellent finance rates as we deal with all the major lenders. So if this particular i30 is of interest, please do give me a call. I'd like to hear from you. Brian is my name. 086 843 1945. Hopefully we can do business.